Welcome to another edition of KitSZN. How are we doing, Fox, today?
It's summer. I made it. It's as of 4 o'clock yesterday. It's officially summer. So it's
Ooh,
super cold and rainy outside. So summer.
typical
Yeah,
Midwest summer right there, baby. Not
yeah,
actually
yeah.
summer.
It's like I think it's supposed to be like 80 tomorrow though. So
That made sense.
yeah,
It's supposed to
actually
pop
summer.
up here as well. So,
Yeah. So it's been an interesting day. Cleaned the house. Boys hung out with mommy and mom
aw.
all today. So yeah, I get to be a you know Mr. Mom. No, I don't like that saying. I take it back. I get to clean the house and get stuff together like I like to do on my off days. What about you, Brett? What are you up to?
I'm a traveling man this weekend. Obviously, you can tell if you're looking here on the if you're looking here at the live stream. I am not at home. I am in my mom's office right
So you're
now.
at a home.
I'm at a home. I'm at my childhood home this weekend because I'm going up to Detroit this weekend. So hitting up some Michigan Panthers for my brother to cheer him,
313.
fitness coach people. So uh,
That's gonna be fun.
yeah, should be a fun little trip. So that's why I'm here and not back home. And again, apologies for the Wi-Fi, parents' Wi-Fi. So
I'm hoping they win, and I'm hoping St. Louis wins this weekend.
that's actually a week later. That's a week later
What's a week later?
when the playoffs happen. It's not playoffs yet. We're a week behind.
I'm pretty sure St. Louis is in, but
Well, yeah.
I keep
That,
getting advertisements for conference playoffs for like this weekend,
oh, it's
like conference championship.
that's like 2 weeks away. Anyways, I'll talk about that later.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
This is why we don't talk about the XFL. This is not the XFL season. This is KitSZN
The UFL season, yes.
or UFL because it's completely different name.
Completely different.
St. Louis is still in the XFL technically
Yes.
in our conference of
Technically
the
speaking.
UFL.
It makes no sense. It's chaos, but guess what? I gotta cheer my brother. But that's not why we are here, and that's not why yo beautiful people are not here for. You're here for the kids, and that's why we love to talk about. So, without further ado, I need to give the biggest shout out, as always, to these lovely patrons down below. Thank you, John Hunt, Frank Anthony, Christopher Cohn, Harry Yossin, John Fuller, Michael Foots, Joshua Duder, Noah Telford, Alberto Aguilar, Jeremy Churchman, Stephen Howard, Ryan McCara, Tim Knox, NFRedge30, MOS, Kunal Patel, Olive the Hedgehog, Andrew Towsley, Mad Cat Peel, Ryan Smetzler, and as always, thank you to Goals.tv for sponsoring this and to find original USL content on there. So check out all what they have to offer. So, as you can kind of infer from tonight's episode, we're going to basically be in two states, which is not on purpose, but it happened to work out that way.
Yeah, y'all voted for it for one of them at least.
Yeah. And the first, and honestly, the first shit tonight will be the state will be home to the Y'alls. So we'll be hitting up Kentucky here first by going to Fox, your favorite team here.
Yeah.
Louisville City. So, yeah. So please check this out now. Hopefully.
Let's see this Wi-Fi at its max.
Yes. So I'm gonna see how this works here, but I do have a video here for the Louisville City 1778 kit. Check this out. 0 words.
Yeah.
0 words. None spoken.
Banger. And
Banger.
this goes again. I was talking trash on this last week, and I still agree though. Like these are like fun hype videos, but like it still didn't really like go through the city and stuff like that. It showed all the fleur de lis, which is really cool.
Yep.
And it showed the flag that this is representing, so that was cool.
Yep.
But it was still just like in the studio with some flags hung up and like, you know, I feel like they did a much better job at the beginning of the season when they were hyping the new Puma kits and had like all the different fans and everybody rocking them and stuff like that.
And honestly, when you have a kit that's, let's be honest, it's very simple. You kind of need the good hype around it. And I think, to your point, this kind of sort of lacks that, right? You expect there to be more hype around something that's like a 1778 kit, which is, I believe, this.
When we were founded.
The city, the year y'all were founded, and it's the city flag, the colors, the motif, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
It didn't explain that. And you just saw it in the background. You kind of hint at it. It's in this press release here that's on the screen here. But if you didn't know that,
right, this is definitely for the local.
Yes.
So, like, you know, somebody who's a kit collector might not understand what this kit is. Like, it doesn't have Louisville's badge on it. It has the old badge on the arm. Like, what is this? So this is definitely for the locals, the Coopers, the local fans, Shouse's house. This is for you. This is for me.
Yep.
And like this kit really does make me happy. It really does because again, it showed the flag in the background, and that's exactly what this is. And this goes back to our point from all season. Every year we talk about with Louisville City how like, oh well, the kit's boring, but they did something cool with the badge. You know, they did that. They took away the badge, put the 3 fleur de lis, which again represents Louisville City at the city of Louisville. Sorry, flag. It would have been cool possibly if they did something with like the stars on the side, but this is what happens when you have Puma. You know.
Yep.
This is the downfall of Puma.
Yep.
But it's still nice how they were smart enough to utilize, because we have a very simple, plain city flag.
Yes.
Like it's navy with the golden fleur de lis and the stars.
That's fine.
So, and that's what they did. They did a fleur de lis, and these are the same fleur de lis that are on the badge, on the new badge, and that Matt Wolf designed. So they're still like utilizing Louisville City and the city of Louisville all in one. So as a fan, I absolutely love this. And I try not to make my score obvious with that, but like I feel like again, like they did a really good job at what they could do with the Puma template.
Yeah.
And honestly, like any template at this point, because it's a very simple, plain flag.
Yeah. And honestly, the colors look good too. Honestly, like if you take out the connection to the city flag, I love that connection, right? That color combination.
Yeah.
That dark blue with that sharp yellow. It's also on the Indiana State flag. Is one of the reasons it also stands out, and I think one of the reasons this color-wise will definitely stand out, and it looks really sharp, and I do like that, and it's different from Louisville City because normally it's a black or I think last year they had light blue, so this is a little different from what I'm understanding and remembering.
Yeah, I don't know where that light blue came from. I think that was just something that they wanted to do that was cool.
Yeah.
But every other year, usually I think the only thing I could think of is we've had a couple gray kits.
Mm-hmm.
And like at least one for sure I have. I can't even think of another one. So, and then we had that was even a pink kit, but we had the like October breast cancer awareness kit.
Indy did the same thing with Puma a while ago as well.
Yeah, but ours was still just it was actually 2016 or 17. I think it was second year maybe, but it was literally just the purple kit with like the pink Adidas
trimmings. Yeah.
The two stripes were pink, and like the badge was pink.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't much other innovation involved with utilizing that pink for anything. It was just
Yes.
now it's a pink. Now it's a special edition kit. Like, oh, thanks. So this one's really cool though that it's utilizing the flag, and they did it in a really good way.
At least to the constraints here. Now,
Yeah.
Before we move on to our scores, I did want to take a little insider opinion here from our good friend at Austin from Equip. So take a quick little second here what he has to say about the 1778 kit.
All right, Louisville City third kit. I'm going to preface everything I say here by saying I'm fully aware that this jersey is not for me. I'm not from Louisville. I am not familiar with the history of city flags. So if you are from Louisville, maybe you look at this and immediately go, oh yeah, they've knocked it out of the park. This is the old city flag. It means a lot to us. I'm instantly buying this, and that's great. But I'll be honest. Even though I feel like as a designer, maybe a little bit more in tune with city flags with vexillology than the average person. I was not aware of the Louisville City flag, much less kind of the old city flag pre 2003, as I went through Wikipedia, being kind of a cult classic. So, you know, if I saw this out of context, I would not immediately think Louisville. I'd have to do some um, pretty significant searching to figure out the meaning of this. I think aside from that, from a design and aesthetic standpoint, you can tell what they're going for, right? Louisville City has not traditionally done simple retro throwback because they've been with these bigger brands like now Puma, previously Adidas, where they were stuck with templates. It's been a lot of all over kind of abstract pattern kits that are distinctly more on the modern side of the scale, right? So you can see what they're
And
going for.
that's exactly what you're talking about, Fox, there, with kind of
The constraints of what they could do with templates that they had.
yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
I mean, again, the first season, actually, first two seasons, it literally was just a purple shirt.
Yeah.
And then, like the second season, actually, they utilized the city flag within that, but it's just like on the bottom, like
Mm-hmm.
down at the hemline, there's like
Yeah.
a special like patch almost that has like the circle and the fleur de lis. So it's like a reference to the flag, but it's
Yeah.
not the flag. And it has the year on it. It says like 2016. I'm like, that's how you know it's a 2016 one. And if you have the white one, it doesn't say Humana in green.
Yeah. Yeah. A little different there, right?
Yeah. Humana's green. That means it's 2015. Now I think it was just black. I think it was just black for
Yeah.
16.
Well, let's have Austin finish up his little thoughts here, and then we'll jump right into your score.
But it feels like they missed a little bit. It feels a little bit too simple. But again, maybe it serves its purpose. It's going to be a cult classic for their fans who really love the flag. I don't know.
And I think that last part is the important part about this kit.
Yeah.
I think we kind of hinted at it earlier, and it kind of vibes with what we've been saying. This is going to be big for Louisville and for Louisville fans only, and I think that's important.
Yeah, and if you want a clean, simple kit with like an interesting logo swap type situation, you're gonna like this too. But this is 100% for Louisville City fans and Louisville
And I'm
natives.
okay with that, especially for third kits. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, and that's what makes it special too, because like we always talk about how, I mean, you specifically with third kits, you can play with the colors. You could do kind of whatever you want to do. I mean, Racing Louisville, they have like a forest green kit. Like where did that come from? And actually, you can listen to our interview.
Plug.
Plug. Scroll down on that Spotify. You'll see it in there. But so that was it's always interesting to hear where they come from with these different colors. But this one, like, yeah, they went a completely different color. They went with the navy blue. in the gold, but there was a meaning behind it without just, doing something else.
Yeah. So tell us kind of what you think about this kit, obviously, with that meaning and kind of everything else, at least from your perspective.
Yeah. So like score wise, design and aesthetics. I mean, I think everything looks clean on here. Is it simple? Yeah. So I mean, it's a 4 for me, but I just really like, and this goes down with the details, so I'll jump over to visual details. I love that they used the old badge, like kind of peeking out on
Yeah.
the sleeve, like not even the whole badge. It's kind of an interesting way to do that. So that was the little detail they did there. They changed the badge itself. So some interesting takes. I got it for authenticity and tradition. For the city of Louisville, I gave this a 4,
Okay.
and that's why. I completely understand if you give this a 2 or something lower, because this doesn't necessarily. Okay, you give it something else, but I don't want to say your score. But I understand if you go lower because it's not like authentically Louisville City,
Yeah.
but it is authentically City of Louisville.
And I think my score is that middle ground, I think, of that.
But then Innovation and Impact, I give it 2 because it is a plain kit and it's very boring if you don't love the team and love the city.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And I think as we keep into that, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm an
Right.
indie fan. I'm never going to top this, even though this
Right,
looks
yeah.
sharp. Like, this looks sharp, which is why I gave it a 3 for its design aesthetics. It's not something that's like the greatest looking kit ever, but it does look well together. Looks good with the colors that I kept hinting at. And I do like that simplified 3, the 4 dollars as a crest. I think that looks kind of actually simple and classic, honestly. Which goes back into the authenticity and tradition, since it's honoring their city, their flag. It's just a solid 3 for me. It's not something that they're used to. It's a third kit, but it's paying homage to the city itself, and I can't hurt it too much for that. But as you know, we've kind of hinted at, there isn't much else in this kit, which is why for innovation and for design and aesthetics, I give it a 2 because, I mean, as we hinted at, if you didn't know this was a 1778 kit, that is what it was. So, yeah, this is interesting of a kit, and I'm happy they did something cool, though. Honestly, I'm happy that it's something cool like this. Just my score to 2.5 with Fox and Fleet, a solid 3.0 from Louisville City. I think that's exactly what they're going for, and it's perfect. So
yeah, this is a perfect kit for the Louisville City fan.
yeah, and if you're a Louisville City fan, this is a decent value at a 33.3 for a good bang for your buck at coming at a reputable 89.99, which is honestly not that bad. So
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's still cheaper than what we were getting in the past, and personally, I think the quality is better.
yes.
So I ran a marathon in one of these Puma jerseys, not this one, but the purple one. So I don't think I would have done that in one of my Adidas ones.
It's fair enough. It's fair enough. Any
So, yeah.
any final thoughts besides the fabric quality here on this kit?
No, I mean, I love the kit personally, but I completely understand where anyone else would it. Like, yeah, like other people might be like, oh, that's a good clean kit or something like that. Especially, I mean, this will look good with jeans. You know?
I mean, I can't lie, it will.
Yeah. So Kaylor probably loves this kit. It's probably his favorite Louisville City one of all time.
Maybe, just maybe. But
Yeah.
before we move on to what's next, obviously Louisville City, that's a solid kit. Honestly, I like seeing a little bit hints of creativity there with the Puma. I did want to pop into our comments here because apparently a Oliver Giroud
Like, really Giroud? Is it really Giroud?
comment
I hope
says,
so.
have we seen the new ugly Hill Country Lobos League 2 jerseys? And I honestly have not
It's
seen
in the
that.
chat.
And I just got the message from Fox here with the link. So I'm going to pop this up here real quick. We'll get into rating this at a later
Yeah,
time.
we'll rate it later, but
This
personal
is
opinions, I agree.
yeah, this is
With the
definitely,
other comment.
it's something, right? It's definitely something of a kit. It's something that we've kind of talked about with the League Two sides. I'm happy they're trying
They took a
something,
swing.
and it's supposed to be a river kit. I don't know how to get river out of this. That's my feel. Also, that Tejas being red, that Z
Oh my
is
god.
just hurtsome.
We talk about this constantly. Like, we try not to let the sponsorships get too much of a,
In the way.
rating
Yeah.
thing. But when it's like on the belly, it's like on their bellies, and it is huge.
Yeah. I will say the purple does look good. The variant purples in this, I do
Yeah.
overall like. I think it's less of a river kit and less of just like purple with a white sash in the middle
Yeah,
than a river kit.
there
It's
is
not
like a
terrible.
detailing in there. You have to
Yeah.
kind of, so it's almost like Racing Louisville's kit. I think it was last year, and I like the pattern throughout.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a pattern in there that makes it kind of watery, I guess. But
Yeah.
again, that sponsor, and it's an interesting take to put the Hill County logos across the chest. But we'll talk about this later.
Yes.
But
And as Michael says
take.
here, yes, as Michael says
Yeah.
down below,
Aside from the
aside-
sponsor.
yep, I'd buy. And honestly, if this is a good enough priced, it might be a decent kit value.
If I remember from Hill County last year, they're not a bad price. I feel like it was 60 maybe.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, don't quote me on that.
I won't hold you to that. So,
but it was on my
yes.
wish list.
Maybe. Well, thank you, Oliver Giroux. I'm gonna call it fake account or fan account. I don't know. Not the Oliver Giroux.
It's Giroux.
Oh, it's the actual. Okay. Anyways, appreciate the comment. And
I don't know what country he's in right now, but I know it's super early in the morning. But he had to make sure that he was up to see KitSZN live.
Hey, I'm gonna go with that
Spotify stuff.
I'm gonna go with that to bed tonight happily. So
yeah. And Michael's good too. I've missed you, Michael.
Yes, hi Michael. Up next here, we're gonna go this time not back out. We're gonna go.
We've been to one place.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna go to the other place that we talked about in California. But this time, we're going to hit up Monterey Bay FC. And honestly, I am so happy that they improved under Charlie, compared to the Puma that they did. But they're still a little different, but it's definitely an improvement. And that's kind of the vibes that I've gotten out from my good friends at the Union Report. They're a podcast and a group who cover Monterey Bay, and here's as they put it here. This is their words, not mine. I really love the Monterey Bay FC KitSZN. Their sleek in the land and sea model really captures the essence of the region. Charlie has greatly improved the Monterey Bay kits from what we were worn in previous years. And I think that is the overall sentiment. When we pop these up here, is it not popping up?
No, it popped up.
Okay, it's just me. It's just my side. Cool. It's the darker blue, if not a black, kit. The land and sea kits, even better look right down here, which honestly is really
some of the fine detailing.
Yeah, and I kind of get with what the Union Report's saying here, because this seems by and far the most effort put into the kits compared in previous years, and I think we can see it here.
Yeah, I really like this kit. Is it kind of going back to like a map kit type situation? A little bit, but I mean, but it's the water, right? It's the ocean, so I like it. I could see a collector wanting this too.
Yeah, and it is Charlie, and Charlie makes good.
It's a good quality, yeah.
Good
Especially
quality.
I feel like a lot of times, like it almost feels like you're buying something completely different. And I know with big clubs, you got authentic and replica and stuff like that. But like with those Adidas that like Louisville was wearing that I have, like, were the players really wearing this?
Right.
Or did they actually have something different? And they might have been wearing it, but like I feel like I'm ready to go and play a match when I put on my Oakland kit.
Same.
So do I
Same.
have any other Charlie kits?
Yeah.
I have
I
two
don't.
Oakland ones.
I
But
don't.
I know, I don't think I do either. It's a problem. Charlie, what's up?
It's also on us to buy some of them, but
Okay.
but
I'm a teacher.
I'll get one for your birthday. How's that sound? Anyways, so I'm gonna hop right into my ratings here tonight. When it comes to its overall design and aesthetics, I give this a solid 4. I think this looks really good. I do like the different tones that they've used here on the kit, from the majority blue, but it's not their primary blue. But that darker blue, if not black, that they have with the very, very obvious white shoulders. I think that looks aesthetically pleasing.
Mhm.
So I give it a solid 4 there. When it comes to authenticity and tradition, this is something that Austin was kind of telling about in a video, and I'll pop it up here. This is a fun take on a topographical kit, and I think it's interesting,
Yeah.
and it represents the region, which is the most important part about specifically this kit, and I think they nailed it on the head. So it's a 5 for me there. When it comes to visual details, however, just because it's just that topographical up there up front, there's no other details. There's some on the back of the collar, but that's honestly almost the bare minimum nowadays, honestly, at this point, when it comes to details. So I give it a 3 there. I do like the little touches. And
Our
even as we
expectations are getting higher.
Yes. Yeah, it is actually, and I think that's honestly a good thing.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to innovation and impact, we've seen that topographical kit before, or a map kit, however you want to call it, and we've seen blue with white kits before. So honestly, it's not something that's super innovative and impactful. It's massively impactful for Monterey Bay fans who've been crying out
Yeah.
for actually being able to use their colors. So it's only a 3 there from me. So it's a 3.75 overall from me.
Yeah, and I'm literally in the same boat. If you look at our scores at the bottom there, my only difference is flipped the authenticity and tradition and visual execution. Tradition stuff, I mean, yeah, they're actually using their badge colors and stuff this time, but traditionally they haven't. So I know this is the way it should be.
Yes.
And so I'm very happy for them. The execution, though, I feel like they like hit everything on the head to me. Like I think the detailing is within the actual topographical map, or whatever you want to call it, the water itself, the ocean. And like I feel like this is almost like an artist rendering of a picture of their ocean right there outside of California, like on the coast of California. So that got a 5 for me. But everything else that you said, though, I 100% agree with. Like we've seen it before, so but it's not bad. It's just, is it really innovative anymore? No, it's a 3. Design aesthetics, everything looks great. I also love the sleeves. I also like the fine detailing in the collar, so that was a 4. So I also got a 3.75.
And I will say this does have a good kit value as well, as a 39.47 at $95 of Charlie quality kits. This is pretty good quality, maybe not Oakland quality, but the West Coast is definitely well represented by Charlie, and honestly, I kind of love that.
They're
Really
taking
quickly,
over.
what?
They're taking over Cali.
Hey, that's fine with me. If
Yeah.
Cali has the best kits, and if they make the way up the coast, up to Seattle, Portland, obviously where a lot of the teams are already quite creative as well, except these guys, as they're perfect already. I'm not going to be too upset if more teams get conquered by the Charlie Empire. So, so up next here, we are going to, speaking of Oakland, that was completely unintentional. I hope you understand that. We're going to go to our next city here in Oakland and go to the Oakland Soul of the USLW, who honestly get kind of forgotten, not because they're a bad team or they don't look good, but because the Roots take up all the attention with their flashy, good-looking kits, and it's a little shame. So, the Soul always looked good, and this year's another example of that.
Yeah, 1,000%. I feel like all of Oakland just constantly destroys it in the kit game. I also appreciate that they're doing the same thing that the Roots are doing with just one new kit a season.
Yep.
At least for home and away. I don't know if either one of them are going to come out with a third at a different
I
point.
doubt it. I don't think Charlie's really done that. I think they only did. I don't think they've done a third kit besides Pittsburgh, where they released all three at once.
Right. So yeah, one, as a collector, it's nicer on the wallet. It's nicer on the environment. But then also, like, you kind of lay down those roots. You get a piece of your soul. So like you can build it up.
And then have that butterfly effect as a result of it.
You just fly away.
So here's the Oakland Soul butterfly kit, hence the little pun there. Honestly, this looks really abstract, and I love that for an away kit. That's exactly what I'm expecting from an away kit and from the great people there in Oakland and Charlie team up, because this looks absolutely fun. As it says in their description here, a kaleidoscope of sister butterflies native to the town dances around this pastel dreamscape. Soft blues and delicate pinks flutter in harmony, representing transformation, resilience, and the quiet power of community. Oakland roots in bloom, subtle, beautiful, and full of flight. I love that so much. But as Michael points out here, it looks like you bleached a shirt you weren't supposed to, and ouch. I get it.
I was getting more of like a Rorschach type situation.
Yes.
But
from like Mad Men. Mm-hmm. Not Mad Men.
From the psychological test.
I know, but
Watchmen. But
yeah, Watchmen, Rorschach. He wore that mask.
Yes, because it had the ink that looked like the Rorschach test.
Yeah.
But I mean, otherwise, I absolutely really do love this kit.
Yeah. It's a very solid look from Oakland, and I like the blue in contrast to the black. And I think that's one of the best parts about Oakland, the championship and the Roots and the Soul, is that their primary color is black with like fun little stuff in it, so that the away kit can really pop out.
It can literally be anything.
Any color except, well, actually white could work, because it worked this year with the white and the green with the Oakland Roots and the other A's kid. So like, it can be anything, and that's, as a creative, and I didn't guarantee Austin did some input on this, would absolutely love to have that basically a blank slate and to say tie it into the community and do whatever, because you basically have carte blanche to just create something.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this would be one of those teams that would be really fun to design for.
Agreed.
Yeah. Like you said, you have a blank canvas. You could do whatever you wanted with their badge.
Colors at your disposal.
Like it's literally like an entire rainbow. Mm-hmm. So yeah. This is your kit. You want to jump in your scores?
Yes, I do. So to start off with this kit, honestly, I think its overall design and aesthetics is everything that I am looking for. This is unique. The blue is sharp. I don't have a lot of that color blue, especially with that pastel pink that they called it. That is amazing. I love this. This is the most like what I am looking for. So it's a 5 for me. I love this type of creativity. When it comes to its authenticity and tradition, it is an away kit. Yes, the symbolism in what they did here is supposed to represent Oakland, but if you don't know that, it's kind of hard to tell. So this is a solid 4 for me for authenticity and tradition. This is what I expect from them. I don't know if it, from an outsider, speaks to Oakland, much like the A's kit, but this is a beautiful kit with a beautiful message. So I think the 4 made sense to me. However, I might get some slack here for its visual details. I only give it a 3. It's something that I've been saying quite a few times. Yes, it's kind of a unique pattern throughout the front of the kit. Some part of me wants more than just stuff on the front. I want a little bit type of more details thrown into it. Yes, if you look into these photos here, you see the back here. It has a little bit more detailed images of the butterflies and whatnot, and you did some nice close-ups, but there aren't any details to me that bind it to Oakland. And I think, or whatever they're trying to go at, and that kind of hurts it for me. So it's a 3 there. But when it comes to innovation and impact, this is what I'm expecting from Oakland. This is expecting what I want from a lower league side to do something that a lot of the big brands like Puma that we talked about won't do. And this is impactful. This is different. This is unique. I love this. It's a 5 for me there. So it's a 4.25. This is what I'm looking for in the kit. I just wish there was a little bit more detailing in it. And this would have been a better score than even this 4.25 that it is.
Yeah. And I am right there with you. I mean, I got a 4. Design aesthetics, it's visually pleasing. Everything fits well. I don't think it's too busy, but also you're talking about the pattern throughout, and they're all kind of like different patterns. Like they have like 8 different stamps almost.
Yeah.
They kind of stamped them on randomly. So, which again, like butterflies flying around, are they going to fly in a pattern? No. So like, it's fine, but on a shirt, it just doesn't get a 5. It just doesn't get a 5 for me.
Yeah.
Authenticity and tradition, to me, like this is authentically the roots, or sorry, the soul. My bad. And I feel like this makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So it's a 4 for me because it's something that they would do this, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, does it scream Oakland? I don't know. But like when I see that, I'm like, it's probably a Roots kid, isn't it? Because it's
soul, not Roots.
Yeah, my God, it's probably an Oakland kid, isn't it? I'm just gonna say Oakland and just
that works.
Stop beating up my soul. Oh goodness. But execution though,
the problem. Sorry.
Oh goodness, we're all fired. But execution though, like I still gave that a 4 as well though. Like I feel like everything, the detailing is there. Like it's throughout the whole kit. Like it's on the back. I mean, I guess it's not really on the sleeves per se, but it goes through the whole thing. Just the execution part of it. It looks like paint either stamps on or like they folded it. Like it looks like paint on the shirt, and not necessarily like an actual butterfly. But that's nitpicking if I have to. If the innovation impact, I've never seen it before. But the impact part, like, are we going to see someone else trying to copy? I don't know. Like, was this a cool one shot? I'm thinking that. I think it's innovative, but I don't know if it's going to have a lasting impact.
Yeah.
So that's a 4 for me as well. So 4 equals 4. 4 divided by 4 equals 4.
And for a kit value, and I'll see overall score with a 4.13. This is a beautiful, good-looking kit from the Soul. It's a kit value of 43.42. Because it's retailed at 95, just like the Charlie kit from Monterey Bay. So I think they have pretty standard set price when it comes to their kits here.
It's gonna be 95 bucks.
Yes. Before we move on to our next kit, I did want to pop in Austin here as our insider here with a little quick word on this Oakland kit.
The butterfly kit. This is one that honestly I have gone.
Ooh.
Oakland Soul, the butterfly kit. This is one that honestly I have gone back and forth on quite a bit. And ultimately at the end of it, I'm not entirely sure what to make of it. This is, first and foremost, this is an away kit. Their home kit is kind of the traditional black with rainbow accents from the roots and the soul.
Kind of what we talked about there, right? You have that traditional, and then they have fun with the away kit. So, makes sense.
So, we know what we're talking about. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Logos. So, this is something completely different, and it's serving its purpose in that sense. But it's just a lot of the design decisions here are interesting. It's not necessarily bad, but it's just a little bit puzzling. So, for example, for starters, the colorway here, it's kind of a pastel blue and kind of like a pinkish off-white.
Interesting color choice, as we said. If you have a black kit, you can kind of play with colors, and I think that's an interesting color choice. So I do like it. I'll carry on, see what Austin says real quick, and then we'll wrap this one up.
The whole thing, it is kind of dreamlike. It's kind of surreal. It's kind of boho chic. From a distance, these are supposed to be. It's a butterfly pattern, and they even go as far as to say these are butterflies that are native to the area. Which I'm not a butterfly expert. That could be true. That could be not true. But from a distance, because they have 2 layers of butterflies, they have butterflies outlined and then butterflies that are solid in the background. It looks more like a pattern of tie-dye or bleach stains.
I think that is the biggest.
Is that Michael?
Yeah, and I think that's honestly, I'm going to leave it there. I think that's the biggest downgrade to this kit is honestly what Austin highlighted right there. You can almost, from a distance, that's one of the things that's important with these kits. Yes, the details are important, and we emphasize those. But I think from a distance, this looks more like a tie-dye kit or something that shouldn't have gotten stained the way that it did. I think that's an important takeaway from this. So I'm glad we're validated in our feelings there. So,
yeah. The insider says the same thing we said, and you've actually listened to, or might have listened to this. I've never heard any of his hot takes.
I literally just listened to that video like 10 minutes before the show. So
right. So yeah,
it's fresh in my mind. So yeah, that is the Oakland Soul Butterfly Effect kit. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful, but from a distance, it could be a Rorschach kit. I'm gonna dub it now. That the Rorschach kit.
The Rorschach kit.
But hey, it's a Charlie kit, so it looks damn good. So, speaking of looking damn good, we're gonna go to our next team here, and it honestly might be one of my favorite kits of the year, and this is the Jeremy Novi Pride kit from San Francisco City. And you can't look at this and tell me this is one of the most unique and beautiful kits you will see in 2025.
There's, like, my wife looked at this and she was like, well, that's something you probably like. Like, talking about me, because
yeah.
And like, this is such a good way to do a Pride kit too. because I feel like, how do I say this without sounding ignorant? But like, it's not so obvious.
Yeah.
It's a subtle take on a pride kit because I mean, again, that's the whole point of pride, though. You're out and about, and you're proud of who you are, and you're shouting it. That's what you're taking pride in that.
Yeah.
But like, you could take pride simply as well, and that's what this kit does. I feel like,
And
and
ties to San Francisco as well. And I think it
yes,
doubles in that sense.
like this almost could have just been a third kit or a special kit, anyways, and then they changed one of the fish into the pride fish at the bottom.
Yep.
But either way, I absolutely love this. Absolutely want this. And yeah, there's nothing bad I could say about this. Honestly.
And just for those concepts, this says here on the screen, this is designed in collaboration with one of our favorite parts that it's been a growing trend with street artist Jeremy Novi. This year's Pride Kit features Jeremy's signature koi fish stencils. 3 kois, there's one on the back, representing birth, love, and death in this classic orange and black steam, 1 rainbow and 1 iron and gold.
Ooh,
And
go to the back one. Let me see it.
yeah.
Show everybody the back one. Ooh.
Yes. And this is just the type of creativity here. I'm just going to pop this up here. This kit's perfect from us. So
Yep.
I'm not even going to go through the scores. So boom.
5 Club.
There you go. Yeah, 5 Club. San Francisco will be reaching out about this one with telling you how great kit this was. Anyways, yeah, this is just a fun collab that is just what I'm expecting from the creative minds there at San Francisco City. And again, I heavily emphasize you check out our interview with Ian from San Francisco City because this man has ideas and loves San Francisco. And I think you can really feel that in the kits that they designed this year. This man's rocking one of them tonight. So this stuff is fun, it's creative, and it's also from Meba. And I think there's no other team in the US that has Meba, especially not in the USL sphere. And I think that is amazing, and they definitely go for it.
They're very comfortable jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
Too. Because like we were talking about this in our interview with Minnesota Aurora. Cassidy, thank you. About the different types of like just the cuffing.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the super like that soft spandex almost cuffing.
Yep.
So like versus just like a fold and stitch up that you get most of the time with polyester jerseys.
Yeah.
And yeah, very, very comfortable jersey.
I would definitely say so. Now, obviously, we love this kit. It's perfect. It has a phenomenal kit value of the $58.82, given that it's a perfect kit and it's only $85. This is a buy.
$85. Buy it.
Buy right now, and you support one of the locally owned, community owned.
Yes, community owned.
Yes.
So
the
owned is the community.
Yes, and this kit represents that community. And now, before we head out, I don't have anything else to say about this absolutely gorgeous kit. The accents, the orange and black, the tradition of Jeremy Novi, a traditional street artist that local San Franciscans would know in a heartbeat, and then those signature koi. There's nothing else to talk about. This is beautiful. This is art. This is one of the things that some of us, I think we joked with Cassidy on the interview, was Japan always has great kits, and you also see some of these sites that have like Japanese art thrown on kits that don't have it. This is what, and everyone loves it. This is what that reminds me, but it's an actual team's kit, and I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah.
So
it's perfection.
It's perfection. And so you stop here and listen from us. Austin also has a little take about this one, so check out his validating opinion on this kit.
The Pride kit. This is fantastic. The Pride kits are hard to do right. There are only so many ways you can reinterpret a rainbow, right? And I thought they've done it very tastefully here. It's not only an artist collaboration, but it is something that's meaningful, with kind of like the Japanese inspiration that you've seen in other San Francisco City kits. There is, the rainbow is kind of centralized in the one koi fish at the bottom of the front of the jersey, and that's it. So this also doesn't kind of slap you in the face with rainbow like a lot of pride kits do,
What are you
which
talking
is,
about?
it's not to say that doesn't work, but it's nice that this is something.
It's like you watched this video and you said the same things he
I
just
know, and he's saying it a lot more tastefully than I felt like I said it. It's
said.
like, yeah, like you could do pride subtly.
Or bold, right? And so I think he's
Yeah,
talking about a lot of people do, but this is more subtle.
yeah.
So I'll listen out a little bit more.
That's a little bit more understated. That still shows support for the cause, but you could wear this a little bit more casually. The monogram crest, the SFC monogram, that's just perfect. I think, you know, we would love to see more of that, and a specialty jersey is the perfect time to use a specialty crest. The
How about the crest?
other thing I
How about
wanted
Yeah,
to
we
point
didn't even
out
talk
that
about
may
that.
have been kind of a happy accident is that from the neck up, there's a lot of black and orange. And if I'm not mistaken, orange is not really a
Giants,
San Francisco City color. San Francisco City
Giants.
is red and yellow. So if I had to guess, that orange comes from the koi fish. That's the traditional color of the koi fish. That top koi fish around the chest area is orange. And so it makes sense. It works here. But I would say that when I saw that, in addition to the black collar, I immediately thought San Francisco Giants.
Yeah,
And
Oh, that's it. I didn't even think about that. And that's honestly a great subtle nod if that was on purpose. I know it's also known for the artist. They let that color in as well.
right.
That's a nod,
Hey, it could be a double. It could have been, like you said, happy accident. Like, I mean, we were
right?
referencing the Giants, but also go Giants.
Right, right. And I,
That's
and
our
I think
team.
and I think that's kind of the San Francisco ness of San Francisco City that they've done throughout this. It's a great, great, beautiful kit, and it's just screams San Francisco City. Whereas the home kit screams San Francisco City, the team. The away kit is a fun nod to the Asian Japanese heritage of the San Francisco City area, plus the denim kit's known for the U.S. national team. And then this kit, it just screams to the city of
Listen,
San Francisco City with pride.
I mean, even the denim kit, which I'm wearing, is still a nod to the Japanese culture.
Yeah, and the stitching have to do
So,
right.
yeah. And it
Yeah,
actually has like the building on the back.
yeah.
It's
So
it's in San Francisco.
I'm just saying, if you're a collector, check out San Francisco City.
Yeah,
Those kits are hot,
hey,
flying,
because you still get like with the black and gold, you could still get like a more traditional soccer jersey
which is what they
that's
wanted.
really cool looking, or you can get the interesting, bespoke, wild jerseys as well. Like they have literally any type of collector could rock a San
Yeah,
Francisco City jersey.
and that's when you know you have a good selection overall from a team because you can appeal for the more classy vibes, you can appeal for the retro vibes, which I'm going to say with the denim kits will be more retro, or you can appease to the art vibes with the Koi Pride kits. So love that kit, one of my favorites of the year. Definitely don't be talked about more, not just on this show. So before we wrap up here, we do have one more kit, and we gotta go back to Kentucky here
Right to the bluegrass. What?
and hit up the Lexington SC USLW and USL League 2 team, or Lexington SC2, their amateur U23 team, whatever you want to call it, of their team, with the team that actually decides to use the light green in their jersey. Surprise, surprise. And it actually looks fairly well. It's simple, but that green and then the two different tones of green do all the heavy lifting, and that's what I expect from Lexington kits. And I think it it does its job well. That I like this on a personal level better than what they've released, at least because on the main team level. Because I think this looks great as a white kit, and I think
Yeah.
the main team needs a white kit. My opinion.
Yeah. And I also like just the subtle gray of the Argyle. Go ahead. I
Yes.
saw, yeah, Michael. I was like, Michael's still listening. He's going to like this this next one coming up. So 5 out of 5 for Michael.
Yes.
Um,
Unsurprising if you've been following the show.
yeah. The show or the Discord, you know, Mr. Michael Fuchs is a big fan of his Boys in Green down in Lex Vegas. I'm apparently the only person ever who has called it that.
Hey, go with it. Rock
That's
it.
like, that's what we used to do at EKU. Like, oh, we're going to Lex Vegas tonight. Let's go. Because it was like 20 minutes away. We go to the big city of Lexington to go to like a hookah bar or something. Because nothing says Kentucky like a hookah bar.
Right.
But that's, cool college kids. That's what we are. It's just what we were. But yeah, this is, like I said, it gets the good classic Argyle from like the racing silks in there, so you still get that Lexington vibe.
Yes.
From this. I like that they utilize the different greens throughout the Hummel chevrons.
Yep.
I like that their badge is just that bright green, and it's not both greens actually, which is kind of interesting take on the badge. And but otherwise, I mean, it is kind of just a white kit if we're just being honest, So,
but honestly, I don't think Lexington has to do a lot, in my personal opinion, because they have such a unique colors.
Oh yeah, let the colors work, man.
Yeah, and they can go relatively basic with the color schemes with a base kit like a white or a black or even a gray, and let the colors do everything. This kit is boring if it was any other color, even a blue or even a pink or like something like that, or even a red. These greens, I think, are a little confusing because they have both greens, but it could be a nice little nod if they had done it right. Because I think having these two mismatching kind of throws me off a little bit. But I think if they had any other color choices, this kit would not look as good. But because they have a good color palette, this looks really good. At least aesthetically, a bit.
Yeah. So I mean, so for score-wise, design and aesthetics, I mean, I did give it a 3. It's simple. It's nothing really for me to write home about, but it's not ugly either. So, authenticity and tradition. I also give it a 3 because it gave a nod to the silks in there, so that still gave me very Lexington vibes. And obviously, it's utilizing the green. Maybe I could have bumped that up a little bit more. But visual details and execution, though, I did give a 4. I think it was more of those details there. That's where the bump gave it to, was the visual details. And innovation and impact, though, I still give a 4, actually. Like, I feel like, being bright and bold on a white kit, you don't really see too often. I feel like a lot of times they'll use either more muted or dark colors to try to pop off of the white, and utilizing the bright green, because they could have went with the forest green. They could have, and it would have looked nice and less subtle. And they didn't go subtle. So it got a 4 for impact for me for there. Yeah. So overall, it's a 3.5 for me, which is probably the best plain white T-shirt score I've ever given.
And I'm about to crash it down with my score PC down below with my 3.5. Because aesthetically and design-wise, I like this kit a lot. If you watch a show long enough, you know I'm a sucker for a good white kit. don't know what's about it. It just looks really good. I like it personally. I think it's always a good aesthetic when it comes to kits. 'Cause you let the colors of the accents do all the work. And I always love that. I want the colors to do the talking and not always the base kit itself to do it. So I give it a 4 there. But from there, it doesn't do well. So when it comes to its authenticity and tradition, I give it a 2. I just I just don't like it. So it's a 2 from that perspective. It just didn't vibe with me from the tradition wise. Because I don't know, it just didn't seem right to me. When it comes to visual details and execution, I also gave it a 2. The mismatch Hummel with the crest, both things that they can decide that they can control are different colors. And I think if that would have been all the same green, I think it would have maybe done a little bit better. I think it kind of throws me off a little bit. And
Yeah.
more importantly, they used gray on that part instead of even if they would have done that darker green, I think and if they kept the crest that light green, I think it would have looked better. And I think the gray is kind of a miss there. There's too many mismatch of stuff with colors or with not being formal, not being uniform. I think it hurts the score for me, so it drops it down to a 2. And because it's a white kit, it's not transformative. It's not innovative. It's not impactful. I did give it a 2 because I think as a white kit, this looks really good with the colors, but that's about it. And I think people from Hudson want something like that. So,
So according to Michael in the comments, they said they have the light green on the diamonds.
oh,
So
that actually might hurt my eyes. Actually, I still stand with the forest green because I think the forest green would make it stand out more, the crest, which I think is the important thing to sometimes try to emphasize. But that is interesting. Don't know why the authentic
yes,
jersey, by the way, it's not the replica, the authentic.
yeah, this is an authentic jersey apparently.
So I don't know why the difference. I don't know. Lettinson, please let us know.
Text us
Yes, text us right now. Email us at KitSZN.us.
502 555 5555.
But yeah, so with my 2.5, Bot's 3.5, it gets a solid 3. I think if you're a Lettinson fan, I think that this is a generous 3, honestly. But for a white kid that's not ugly, I think it does its job.
For a semi-plain white kit for a 2 team.
It does its job.
Yeah, this is a great, like, this could have easily been the championships jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Glad it wasn't.
I haven't really been impressed with the championships jerseys.
No.
Yeah, I haven't really been impressed with the championship sides jerseys, and then they came out with these plain ones. You're like, oh well, these are nice, clean kits. So maybe they were swinging too hard, but I mean, I still need to get myself a Lexington jersey.
Hey, I'm just saying, my head is actually, at least for my wallet, is heading towards one of the League Two side kits here because I think for the price for it down below, it's a $37.50. Given I believe they were only $80 jerseys, and I like the overall look of them. These are higher on my list, specifically the home kit as well. I think what they did there looks even better than what the championship side did, even though the championship has a little bit more details thrown into it. The main team, with what they were trying to do with the racetrack, I think using the lighter green as they used on the home kit, but would have that one later day, I think it looks way, way better. So yeah, that's a Lexington SC2 away kit. I think it looks phenomenal. It looks, well, like an away kit of a 2 team. So aesthetically better than the championship, but I do like it. And coming up soon, as Michael reminds us here,
Yeah,
we'll get the Super League kits coming out soon. So hopefully we didn't get to them in a timely manner before they kick back up, I believe, here in August when the season starts, after the playoffs go on through, I believe, here in June. So,
yeah, I can't wait till the end of summer when all these new Super League kids come out.
especially year 2.
Right. Because, I mean, like Carolina, was already shooting some shots, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be
Hopefully
real
with
nice.
less chaos as well. With less chaos, I'm looking at you, DC Power. Please, less chaos. I beg you.
Yeah, like, do they have a story yet outside of the USL? Oh, sorry. This just hit me because I've been complaining about this on the show for way too long, and I have to say something. Miami FC, thank you for putting your shop through the USL.
I've noticed more teams done that. Birmingham has done it as well. I'm glad there's actually a store now.
Yeah, well, my huge issue with Miami FC is that, like, they've had a store. You could buy their jerseys and kits or whatever, scarves, hats, belt buckles, who knows? You could buy whatever you wanted. That was Miami FC. But it was always through their store, and it was always like $1 million to get it shipped. It was like FedEx $30 shipping, and I'm like, you're shipping it from Florida. Like, how come I can get DHL from England for $20, but I had to get $30? Yeah, DC Power still doesn't have a store, but I just remembered that because I was like, oh wait, I can actually possibly order a Miami FC kit for the first time ever because Google. I just typed in Miami FC and it's like, Inter Miami? No, I want the Miami FC.
Hey, I will say, as he
Google
rants on about the store problems, I do appreciate the USL by having a consolidated store, but it doesn't just sell the same jerseys and same personalized gear from each team as we see in like Fanatics across Major League Sports here in the US. Even though all the t-shirts are all the same.
What USL Shop was doing at the beginning.
Yeah, so I do
like when
appreciate
it first popped up. It's like, oh look, you get this mug or this mug.
Right. And now we have different kits from different kit providers and different the team. So I do appreciate that single point where people can go, I wish I would see more on it. So I checked on Indy 11, their kits are not on there. So I would appreciate at some point, even if you can't sell them to the store, direct links to their store so that for us here, we can have one comprehensive place to look at what's available to buy.
So I remember why I was on there because we were looking at the Pantera kit because that was on one of our fan votes. And if you're in our Discord, you could have voted for the Pantera kit. We could have been talking about that today, but you weren't there. So you messed up. But that's the reason why I was on their thing. And I just put it in my cart, have it shipping. Actually, I have it shipped to my school for some reason. There we go. Have it shipping to my house. $5.95 for shipping.
It's a lot better.
Why is that so hard?
I would have totally bought the Miami kit in the past if it weren't for the shipping. Especially the La Cultura kit from a few years ago, one of my favorites ever.
The teal with all the city or the areas on the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was in my cart. It was in my cart. I was about to pay for it, and then I was like, wait, because it was on sale. It was like $40-$50, something like that. It was clearance.
Bumped up.
And it was going to be my Christmas or my birthday gift. And then it was crazy. It was like, okay, why is this $90 all of a sudden? Oh, shipping. Oh, what? It's from Florida. It's not going across the world. How are they getting to Missouri? Are they taking the Missouri River? It's ridiculous. So so shout out to you, Miami. $6 shipping.
Hey, maybe. Oh yeah, and they also have the 1896 jersey on there as well. So I'm just saying, if you want a Sarasota light kit as well, that is on there. So,
that's true. This would be it. This is kind of a nice little one-stop shop. If you want to buy 4 different jerseys.
Now I do wonder if the team split its money from it. So that's one of the problems with the consolidated spot. But who knows? But So yeah. So as we wrap up here, just thoughts are a little off tangent as we always do. I did want to do a kit show off time. Fox, what are you rocking here tonight?
We talked about San Francisco City FC denim kit.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I like that it represents something meaningful with the stitching, how they use the stitching to repair jeans. And then, I know the lacing is the Mabea. Maba, thank you. It's their chevrons. It's their 3 stripes, but it kind of like works out perfectly.
It does
for this whole thing. So, yeah, I'm just really into this kit a lot. And it's one of the first I wore with my mother-in-law. She goes, "Oh, I really like that. I really like that shirt." Thanks.
Ooh, and I will say shout out to San Francisco City for sending us those kits. I got that kit as well. And one of the things with that kit is when you first see it, you don't know how it is. But then once you see it in person, you start to appreciate the details within the collar and the feel. And it really starts to feel like a denim kit. So shout out to San Francisco City. Those are the important details that we like when we do a kit review. So just shout out to them and the good people out there. So, but I'm rocking here. Ballard FC, their 2023 primary kit. It's simple. It's just a gold kit, but you know how I'm low-key a little bit of a sucker for a nice little gold and red. It's a simple kit, but it's in Aria, and I love them. I love what they do. They produce this crest. It's amazing. It's simple, but it looks good. And so I'm always going to rock it. So shout out to Ballard. And eventually I will be buying the new third kit that just got released. So I will be doing that. So, and and Michael there who says, "Hey, Brett, will I see you in August? I'm going to an Indy 11 game while at Gen Con." I'll have to look at my schedule because August is a fun time. I'm hopeful to be here, but I may be in August visiting this man in one weekend.
You might be in St. Louis.
And then I'm going to Texas for 2 other weekends. So I know I'm dog sitting. Fun stuff. So Michael, put in when you'll be coming up. And
when is Gen Con?
Yeah. Check that out for me. I may or may. So I'm actually missing Louisville City. Match.
Oh, it's an entire month.
Oh, it is. Dang. Well, Michael, just let me know. You can message me on the Discord. Hopefully we can finally meet up.
August 1st. Sorry, I did not read that right. July 31st through August 3rd.
Oh, shoot. I will be there.
So, yeah, August 1st, that first weekend.
I will be there. Awesome. Michael, I will see you there. And happy to meet some of you good people. So that is all. And that's one of my favorite things about the show. I get to meet people and kind of vibe with them. So that's it here for tonight. We're a little bit over than I wanted to, but a new little format here with the insider takes there from Austin. Hopefully you like them. Let us know. I think it's always insightful to get some validation. So, and some outside thoughts.
Yeah, it's always nice to have an somebody who actually works in the industry have their takes,
Yeah. And kind of validate ours because we're experts, but in a different way. So, that's it for tonight's episode. Stay tuned next weekend. I think we're going to have 1 to 2 potential interviews coming up. I'll talk to you about it later. And at least one that will be released next Saturday. So please check that out on top of our normal Thursday episode next Thursday. Actually, no, next Friday, because we'll have to move it. I have some conflicts. So stay tuned. Follow us on our socials as you always do. Please follow, like, subscribe to USL Show and KitSZN if you like what we do here. And if you truly love us, give us your money and join the Patreon link down below, or buy the Sound of Maine kit to help the USL Show team do a live show in Portland, Maine. That is it here for tonight's episode. I appreciate everyone staying on here tonight. Michael, great talking to you as always. We got to talk with Oliver Giroux earlier, so inside the comments if you weren't here. So I do appreciate everyone for joining us here tonight. It's been fun. Hopefully my Wi-Fi wasn't too bad, and we'll see you next week.